What's up, pack members? It's your leader, Spirit Alpha here, and welcome to another video. So, this is going to be another LEGO review, and you may have seen this in my birthday video yesterday. This time around, I'm taking a look at the Kryptonite Interception set from the LEGO DC Superheroes, theme. And this is an old set. This set is like 8 or 9 years old at this point. This set was released back when Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice came out, all the way back in 2016. And I have seen that movie. I thought it was pretty cool. I think me and Blaster saw it in the theater together. Yeah, I think that's right. And yeah, pretty cool set. I mainly got it just because of the Batmobile, because I'm collecting Batmobiles. But whatever case, let's go and take a look at the set. So move the box, and here's the main set. So you get 3 minifigures. The first one up is Batman himself. Fix his cape. So this is the Ben Affleck version of Batman. Pretty cool. And he actually does have 2 faces. He has the normal, I guess neutral face, if you want to call it that. And then he has the angry face, which is pretty expected. Of course, this is also one of the older sets, so he has the headband still. I do like the silver batarangs, though. Very nice. And put that aside. And the other 2 figures are just 2 Lex Corp henchmen. That's just what they look like. First have the same design except for the faces. And they both have alternate faces, too. They can both be, really angry or just pretty neutral. I'm gonna put those back on. Put their hair pieces back on. It's also worth knowing this one actually has a little gun that does fire. Of course, I'm not going to fire it, but, it's that kind of, firing mechanism. The new guns that they give the LEGO minifigures are too oversized and bulky. It's pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. But anyway, let's go ahead and get on to the main set. So, we're going to start out with this little Lex Corp forklift. It says Lex Corp on the side, both sides. Pretty cool. It has these flick fire missiles that are actually, meant to be the headlights, I guess. Pretty cool. And I'm actually going to put a Lex Corp figure inside it. I think this is the way it's supposed to be. This guy without the gun's supposed to have it. So, put him in the forklift. And there's 2 play features for this. The first one is press right here, and the forklift explodes. So, it's kind of cool. And I like how it makes the figure fall out, too. Nice little bit of, explosion feature. The only downside is, there's no studs to actually connect the minifigure to, so he just kind of sits on a flat surface, which is, not the best, but still nice. But what's really cool about this forklift is there's a rubber band here, as you can see, and it actually has a suspension mechanism. So, and that really surprised me. I really like that. So now you can actually have the crate of kryptonite or whatever right here. Actually, let me pan the camera down a little bit. Actually press all the way down, carefully slide it on, and then you can lift it up. So, yep, and then you can drive off with it, do whatever. So, yep, really cool. I guess you can also do this right here, and, well, kind of less dramatic than I thought it would be, but, whatever. So, yeah, pretty cool. I do like that. I'm just going to put the henchman on top, because, whatever reason. And let's go pan the camera up again real quick. And here's the main reason why I have the Batmobile. And this is a really cool design, I admit. It looks really cool. I like the all black thing. And has that little, Ben Affleck Batman sticker there, the logo. It has these 2 shooting guns at the front. I'm not going to fire them, but, yep. It rolls pretty well. You kind of have to just get it perfectly. And, of course, the cockpit does open up. It's actually 2 pieces, so it flips up like that. It can also tilt to the side, which is really cool. And if you look inside, you can see controls or whatever. So yeah, very cool. And then of course we can go and put Batman inside it. There actually is studs in this one, so you can actually make sure he's nice and locked in. Might have to adjust the batarangs a bit, but yeah. Well, maybe. There might only be room for one batarang, actually. Let me see. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not used to doing the whole batarang thing. So let's see, put him, yeah, lock him in there, and we're not close. May I do have to tilt the batarangs a bit. Sorry if you can see my face. But, um, yeah, almost. You kind of gotta get it like just right if you want to do it. Maybe I should do this off camera actually. Yeah, and I'll just throw the air battering in there just for sake. But yep, and see, fits inside pretty well, and it's pretty tinted. I guess similar to the whole Dark Knight tumbler set that I reviewed a while back, or like a month or two ago, maybe more than that. You know, like this is pretty tinted, so oh yeah, you really can't see him inside it unless you look like really close. But still really cool in my opinion. And I do love collecting these Batmobile models. Whatever case, though, I think that just for wraps up this video. So again, this is the Kryptonite Interception set from Lego DC Superheroes, all the way from 2016. And I actually forgot to mention, it also came with this little comic book. They don't do these in the new sets, as far as I know, but it's so nice to have like little comic books, that just shows different stuff. Once I also find it's cool, like it has this little checklist of figures that you could collect. Obviously, I'm not going to have all of them because of the three sets, this is the only one I really intend to get. But yep, and what's cool though, this comic book actually also kind of advertises the three sets in the wave or whatever, which is always kind of cool. It's always nice to have these comic books represent the different sets and throw in a little humor every now and then. But whatever case, that just about wraps up this video. So until next time, this is Spirit the Alpha signing out. I'll see you guys back in the pack.